Hello there everyone, welcome back. In this video today we are going to be answering the important question of why Ford out of Boneworks, now the new release of Bonelabs, is in Bonelabs. For anybody that has no idea who Ford is, or just thinks he's like a mascot for the game, well, you are partially right. He is a part of the game, but not as a mascot and not for a big reason. Now, this is going to be a video for the people that have either started on Bonelabs as their first game and like haven't played Boneworks, or if you're just generally curious about how he came about to be in Boneworks / Bonelabs. Well, we're gonna have to go to the fandom wiki for the reply of this. This is what we know about Arthur Ford. This game, Boneworks, is set within around 1980s. So, his age when we first meet him, he is 38. His birth was in 1950, and his death of his physical body was 1988. He's a human, male, and around 5'11". So, inside the void, this is where he pretty much is, and this is where we are able to go and get him. His first appearance, obviously, was in Boneworks, and his latest in Bonelab. So, pretty much, Arthur Ford wandered into the main protagonist of Boneworks, as we do know, and he makes several cameos in Bonelabs, depending on where you choose. He worked as a virtual security director in Monogon Industries, as we get the hints of in the first game, but the things they don't tell you is he acted as a double agent for a rival company in Gammon. Gammon is a rival tech company to Mythos when they were building their simulated universe, which we get to play through inside both Boneworks and Bonelabs. During the events of Boneworks, he instigates a virus into the simulated reality of Mythos, causing a breach in the Voidway, which is what helped make the Mythos city. Ford battled his way through the Mythos and eventually reached the breach, where he managed to disconnect his consciousness from his physical body, and he becomes immortal in the Voidway, which is how he is betrayed by Brett Driver. That is the short version of it. So if you're confused why he's here in Bonelabs, it's because technically now, even if he looks a little bit different, he is pretty much immortal, and I imagine, considering he's the first person to do it, it's gonna have a bit of a toll on you. So, if you want to go in early history and delve deeper into this, his childhood is unknown, but he was in his 30s during the rise of Monogon Industries in the 20th century and their simulus universe. He presumably pursued an education in cybersecurity, by guesses with his job career, later on as his profession, and he was hired by Monogon as a direct security efforts regarding their top secret virtual framework, Boneworks, which is what we play. At his time at Monogon, he befriended a security engineer called Hayes, and he was acquainted with an encryption specialist called Alora B. At some point during his time as Monogon, Ford became a double agent for the rival company Gammon, and extended of Ford's work for Gammon is unknown and not really talked about, but he committed a corporate espionage to sabotage in their name. Ford was also privy to the development of Boneworks and had a big part in developing it as well. So, that's some interesting information that we did find out about him right here. You can go again find this on the Boneworks wiki or the fandom wiki, depending on where you go. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like, if you haven't played Boneworks and you've wanted to know a little bit of a backstory, that's pretty much the reasons and how he ends up in the Voidway. And our character in the second game, Bonelab, well, obviously we're able to spawn Ford in, because technically he's not in his physical body anymore. He's out there, in the void, so we could pretty much spawn him in as much times as we want. And I can imagine when Bonelabs is happening, it's been quite a lot of years, so depending on what the void does to you, yeah, it makes sense that he looks a little bit different in Bonelab, because the aging might happen just very slowly there, or very quickly, but he doesn't die. On that note, guys, thank you so much for watching. If this was helpful, or this did make any sense, do let me know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. My name's Chen, and I'll see you in the next one.